Okay, so it's Thursday, the 11th of April. I wanted to do a kind of recap on my day yesterday when I got home, but it was, I think, worked out 15 hours from door to door. And by the time I got home, I was with my family and I forgot. But yeah, I came straight back from Waterbear and working all afternoon with them. And then I managed to get down to Portsmouth just in time to start another class, a vocal class, which I finished around 9 o'clock. And as a key holder for the venue, I stay on, tidy up, pack away everything. And then left Portsmouth. There was a big diversion, traffic, and then I got a message from my son saying that we needed some cat food. I'm telling you all this because it's sometimes easy to forget your normal day-to-day responsibilities of being like a mum or a wife or just putting food in the cupboard basically for people to live on. So on the way home I stopped at the shop and I picked up some bits and pieces. I had to pump up my car tyres, and by the time I got home it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'd left at 7:30 in the morning. My house is a mess. So that's one thing that I've made my peace with, is that I'm not a housewife. It doesn't fit in with my career choice. And looking at my career choices, you know, I am a portfolio careerist. I have a whole host of things that I do. But being a housewife, unfortunately, doesn't fall into any of those categories. But yesterday, I've made it my point not to get myself made up for these videos. It's how I am at those points and at those moments. And right now, I managed to get a lay-in till 9 o'clock, but I was up at 6, like kind of fretting about something that I should be doing. And today, I should be in the recording studio. We normally start 9 until about 3. This is the Spotify stuff that we are currently doing with my band. It's a business. This isn't like a dream position that we're in, which is, yay, our music gets played on Spotify, it's so great. No, it's really hard work. We have to spend, we're lucky that we've narrowed it down to one day in the week, but that's because we're all so busy doing the same similar kind of things that we really can only dedicate one day to the studio. But in that one day, we cram in a lot of work. We record several tracks. We sometimes do videos for them. We get other ideas going. Andy, our guitarist, might master some. So it's normally, Thursday is normally a Blame Jones studio day, but my sister has just had a baby. So she's taking a couple of weeks off. And not getting the text to say 9 o'clock start tomorrow, girls, from our guitarist was just amazing. But at 6 o'clock this morning, I was waiting for a message. I hadn't been updated, so I didn't really know what was happening. So I'm still awake, still on edge, still unrested. But at 9 o'clock, I finally got out of my bed and I came downstairs. And in my head, I wanted to go, I'm not going to do anything today. I'm just going to put on some telly. In fact, I turned on the telly, but I haven't actually put anything on. And instead, I was on Facebook doing boosted ads for events coming up. I've got a big event this Sunday, which I don't think, not that we haven't put any time into it. It's for another like kind of business that I run. But it just feels like time has evaporated and I'm not able to give 100% of myself to this particular project. I want to give 100% of myself to everything. I want to give 100% of myself to Waterbear. I want to give 100% of myself to my vocal group, my charity, and this other business that I run. I want to give 100% of myself as a wife and as a mother. But it's. I'm not saying that one has more than the other. I'm saying that with everything that I love and that I'm passionate about and that I care about, I'm probably dividing up the percentages to about 20% to each thing. And when you give 20% of yourself to something, it doesn't matter how much you love it, that's still just 20%. And it's difficult to decide what comes first. Obviously family comes first, and that will always be my priority, and thankfully I'm in a position where everybody I work for is an amazing friend in some way. So if anything ever happened and I had to not do something, they would all completely understand. That's fantastic. But I think it's a personal thing. I think personally I want to give 100% of myself to things, and having to choose what I give the most of me to is impossible. Maybe I should have, in fact, I do envy people that have a 9-to-5 and they chose a career and that's what they do. But at the same time, I just look around at all the amazing things that I've achieved and things that I'm still yet to achieve, and all the amazing opportunities I get daily that just that change all the time, and I feel very, very lucky. And people also consider me to be very lucky. But I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and it's because everything that I do requires a lot of energy and requires me to be on it and promote it and run it and create it, and manage it and sort the money out and the finances. So you really have to be everyone, every person, every part of the business is you. So this is one thing that I think I wouldn't call it a con, but I would say that it's an obstacle. It's an obstacle. But yesterday when I was at work at Waterbear, I genuinely looked at my face and I looked as if I'd been crying all day. I was tired, my eyes were puffy. In fact, my eyes were bloodshot yesterday, and I was down. I was really down, and I don't know why. Okay, I got some marks back for one of my pieces of work for my master's degree, and I basically failed it. But actually, I wasn't sad. I wasn't shocked. That's the thing. I was sad, but I wasn't shocked by that, because I have now come to realise that I don't think I'm cut out for the master's degree at all. I think I can talk the talk, but when it comes to translating everything that I want to say into an academic fashion, it just doesn't. I don't know the language. I don't know how to put it into words. And also, every time I think I'm getting the point, I'm completely missing the point, which actually I find quite funny. It's not funny because it's a master's degree, but it's just funny that it's me, just missing the point all the time. But I think I had a very, very down day, and I was worried about my son and some issues that he's going through, and the thing is, other people can feel it too, and that's the thing. And then when other people see it and when other people feel it, they tell you to rest, and then you look in your calendar and you realise you have no time to rest. And I actually was joking with somebody else on the Masters yesterday that I'd gone through my calendar in my diary and I'd plotted in days to sleep. Now I have a day. I have a whole day today where I could sleep and just sort my face out, sort my house out, spend some time with my son. But in my head, I know that I've got an outstanding essay. I have work coming up that requires me to kind of sit down and start focusing. I have an event on Sunday which needs massive promotion. I have a music project on the go at the moment, which I got so excited about doing, and I've loved being creative. And then I did a gig and I felt so in the moment, but now I've stepped back from it and it's gone. It's about keeping that ball rolling and not dropping the ball and keeping the momentum going. And at the moment, I've let it go again, and it's just that seems to be a common thing in my life. And I don't know if this is a common thing in other people's lives when they're self-employed like me, is that you have these amazing opportunities and amazing projects, but the moment you drop the ball on something, they can disappear very, very quickly, and you can be left feeling really unfulfilled. So I guess it's about finding that balance again. But today could be and should be a day of rest, but it's not. I'm going to be working. And by working, some people don't consider it to be working when you're sat at home and able to work for yourself, but there's just so much to do, so much to manage. I want to come home to a clean house. I want to just cook and just chill out. But tomorrow is a full-on day, and then I have a gig. Saturday, I'll be up in Brighton leading a workshop, and then I come home. Oh, then there's a one-to-one session with a new student, and then I come home, and then I have a gig. And then Sunday I'll be preparing all day for this big event that I'm running. And by the time that event is finished, I will be exhausted, and I will come home and I will pack my stuff away, and I will probably get a very broken sleep, and then it's back into it on Monday. So I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself. I have choices. I can get up. I can go get a regular job, but that's not who I am. It's not what I'm made of. I was made to work with people and entertain, and throughout the later part of my life so far, I've learnt to manage and be someone who looks after people. So it's just not in me to go and get a regular 9 to 5 and then shut off. Even if I did have a 9 to 5, I would still come home and do something creative. I would still be maxed out. But obviously I don't want to have a heart attack, and I don't want to die young. And I also don't want my family to forget who I am. So I guess today's thoughts are on how to find a balance. And tonight when I'm teaching, I shall do another video so you can see some of the other things that I do and how much I love that as well. I mean, I get an enormous sense of pride and satisfaction out of walking into a room and there being people there that wanted to come and learn from you. That is it's a real privilege. Like last night I covered, and there was a room full of, I don't know, about 12 people, which is quite a small group to normal. But those 12 people were hanging on my every word and learning and listening and then smiling. And then at the end coming over to me and saying, I am so glad I came tonight. And that's why we do it. That's why I do it. And tonight I get to do that again. And I can't fill my time with that because people aren't free during the days. People have jobs and lives. So a lot of these things do come after hours. But they do leave me feeling really good about myself. And part of a team, part of something special and amazing. So I love group teaching. I love working in an environment like Water Bear as well, where there's a real team of people working together, trying to achieve something great for other people. And that is really, really important to me. That's where I am. This event on Sunday is a free event for everybody. It's my cat. It's a free event on Sunday for artists and musicians and singers and freelancers to all come together and just network and share experiences. And I put this on every 2 months, and I get special guests in. And these are things that people pay hundreds of pounds for, but I just don't feel the need to charge people for it, because it's about making friends, it's about making connections, and that's free. So that's what I'm doing on Sunday. Anyway, I'm waffling on about too many things. I want to kind of keep it focused about how I feel now and about today. So I shall check in again this evening, because I didn't get to last night, and let you know how the rest of my Thursday went.